This is my song for now. Pew, 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 pew. I'm still working on it, you guys. If you have a song for me to start my podcast with, please send it through. Ooh. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Girls Talk with Nicole. Today, as you can see, if you're watching, the Girls Talk with Nicole is actually Girls Talk with Dajana and Nicole. So, woo! Let's welcome Dajana.
I would like just welcome each other.
Welcome each other, welcome Dajana. In case you don't know, because I see on the platform that I have listeners from, I want to say random countries, but I can see like where people listen. And some countries, I'm like, how did you hear about me? Like there's Kenya, Singapore, Malaysia, South America. So, I'm really, really happy that you guys listen, and makes me super, super, humbled and happy. But that's why I presume that not everybody knows who I am. Maybe you just see this episode randomly. So I just want to introduce Dajana in case you don't know who she is. So Dajana is one of my besties. Fun fact, we both are from the same country. We are both from Poland. And we have a lot of things that we bonded over. Of course, first thing is coming from the same culture, living abroad, being very family oriented, but also we have big passion for dancing. And that's how it started, right?
Yes.
Fun fact.
Different timeline of our friendship.
Exactly. I was about to say, I thought that we were friends way before she considered me a friend. Turns out she was just using me for videos, for dance videos.
I'm just very unavailable at first.
Yeah.
Hard to get.
She's very hard to get. Speaking of that, I actually decided recently that from now on, when I invite my friends on podcasts, we are going to start from a little exercise, which I also encourage you guys to do it with your friends, because I feel like it's very heartwarming and it's something that can give you an opportunity to bond, but also boost your friends' confidence maybe. So the exercise is that we are going to say 2 things to each other that we really like about each other. So I'm going to say things about Dajana, and Dajana is going to say things about me. By the way, you asked me if I'm going to look at you or in the camera, but I just realized like
you keep on looking.
Yeah, because when I told her like, no, we're just going to look at each other. But when I do the introduction, I do look at the camera because I'm like, maybe somebody's watching. But then when we talk about the things like the heartbreaks and stuff, we are going to look at each other.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't want to confuse you. So we're going to start from this exercise, but before we start, in case you wonder what's the episode about, just, if you wondered, if you want to stick around, today we are going to talk about deal breakers in relationships and crazy heartbreak stories. And you guys sent us some tea. We read them beforehand to make sure that they're not inappropriate, or, we just wanted to familiarize ourselves. And girls, you've been through stuff.
Crazy stories.
Exactly. We thought that we have experienced some crazy things, but y'all beat us.
So stick around.
Because it's intense. Anyways, let's start from the start. So who's going to start? You?
I'm going to start.
Okay.
So that I don't forget, because you know my memory.
Yeah, she's a fish. She's a golden fish.
Okay, so one of the things that I love about you is that you are very sweet and considerate of other people, and just very kind person. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we are from Poland.
She's just advertising the country.
This is my life's mission, to just show people the good side of Poland. So I think that has a lot to do with that. And second thing is that you are so ambitious, and you don't give up, and you just make sure that, whatever you want to achieve, you go for it.
Thank you. Yes, I am those things. Yeah. That's what I want you to do, guys, as well. When your bestie or your sister, whatever, tells you those things, just take it. Don't be like, no, it's because, I don't know, I have no choice, or stop it. No, take the compliment, write it down maybe for yourself, accept it.
Say thank you.
Say thank you. It's okay to know your worth, okay? You're not being arrogant. So thank you. I also like those things about myself. And what I really love about you, there's many things, but two that I chose for today is that you appear as this distant person and you have this wall around you, which is actually not really an illusion. It is the way you are. You don't let people easily. And I actually really, really like that about you, because I know what's behind that wall, and I know, I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I know that behind this wall, there's this super sweet girl who's also very caring. I mean, I do know that I am caring and considerate, but I feel like you are ×3 me.
Oh.
I mean, if we look at our friendship, who's the one who cooks more often for one another? Her. Who's the one who, when we travel, makes sandwiches to eat when we travel? Her. You know, so that shows that you are really very considerate, loving, and also very, very sensitive, which people don't know about you when they see you from outside. And I really, really love that layers about you, because it shows that you are really, really real, and it shows people who you let in that it's true honor to be your friend and to see what's beyond
Now
that.
I'm getting emotional. Thank you. But yeah, it is true. I think many of my friends, and including you, like kind of made me aware of the fact that I come across like very cold and stuff, but I actually like that about myself, because I don't like BS around me. So
No.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I truly, truly love that about you. And another thing that when you said things about me, I was like, oh, that's so deep, but I will stick to this, because that's, I think, something that people don't know about you that much either. But I think that Dajana is hilarious. The way she can make me roll on the ground laughing is like nobody else. It's just this, I don't know, specific sense of humor, and it's this effortless being funny, you know?
But this, like, really not many people see that side of me.
No.
Very few people. I don't know. I need special environment for my humor to like
come out.
Yeah.
Because I also think maybe your humor is very real, so maybe people that will receive it have to also be able to understand it, so they have to like know you, and you have to feel comfortable with them, and there shouldn't be any judgment. People also have to understand, like, we're joking now, okay?
Yeah, I really have to feel comfortable, and I also like sarcasm.
Exactly.
So
And not a lot of, some people don't get it. Yeah, exactly. So she's hilarious.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I didn't see the second one coming.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, there you go. Oh, surprise! Oh, I'm sorry. I have another one.
Oh, bonus, yeah.
A bonus one. But you also know it about yourself. I absolutely love to see your growth as a person and as a woman. She's been through a transformation like a freaking butterfly last 7 years, 6 years, 6, 7 years. Like from you going to Spain, so that's 5 years, okay, 5. From you going to Spain up till now, wow.
Yeah, and I still feel like I'm still, like this transformation is still
on a
happening.
journey. Yeah. But for instance,
but I see that in myself.
Yeah, like the smallest thing, for instance, back in the days when we were going to a supermarket and she had to park a car, she'd be like, oh my God, there's not going to be any parking spot. And we're not even there yet, Whereas now you're so relaxed, and it's good for you also. You're so much more like chill, relax. That's just really good to see.
Thank you.
And you putting yourself first in certain things, that's also a huge step.
Yeah, I really changed so much.
Yeah, I love to see that.
Yeah, I'm also happy about that.
Yeah. So you guys,
thank you.
You're very welcome.
Very nice exercise. You gotta do it.
That isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where I got it from. I think a long time ago, I think one of my friends, when she was in therapy, her psychologist asked her to ask her friends to name 10 things that they love about her, because she had lots of insecurities and confidence issues. And then she sent me this message apologizing, like, yeah, I'm so sorry, but I couldn't think, you're my best friend. You know her too. She's my other best friend, so you know who she is. And she was like, yeah, you're my best friend, and you know me best, and I know it's weird, and if you cannot come up with 10 things, it's okay. And it broke my heart, because I was like, are you kidding? 10? I can name like 30,
Yeah.
And then I realized also, during my work, that there's so many people that can't do this for themselves. So having somebody who knows you and loves you doing it for you is sometimes it can mean so much.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's just that you have to have this mindset like, okay, I am going to accept it. I'm not going to look for excuses to say why it's not true.
Yeah.
So you do that.
But you actually said that to me already, like we did that in the past, but
Probably.
yeah, but it's a nice reminder. So if
it's
you've
nice.
done it before, do it again.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to do it once upon a time, and sometimes you can repeat the same things because we forget. Like we are our biggest critics, and you know, it's really nice to sometimes hear the same thing. Like, okay, you said that once, but now that you say it second time, maybe I can receive it
more
better. Yeah,
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So part 2 of this podcast was, a little update. I wanted to tell you something that I was thinking recently. It's nothing crazy. It's not a crazy tea, but it's just
I was all ears.
Yeah, she was all ears. She was like, ooh. The tea is coming later, but not from me. But you know what I recently noticed? So I've been on dating apps, right? And I was like, looking at those men, and I noticed that rejecting men on dating apps makes me feel sad for them every time I see somebody, especially when I see the profile and I see that he seems like a nice person, but it's just not for me. I feel horrible by rejecting them.
But you mean when they already liked your profile, or
both?
Okay.
When they like my profile, I feel even more horrible. Also, when they like my profile and actually made effort to write a sentence.
Okay, yeah, that's sad. I mean, I know the feeling because I had that too.
Yeah.
But if I just see a profile and I know that like I don't see any like or anything like that, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, maybe they haven't even seen me, or they are not interested or something. But if I saw a like, or especially like you say a no, then I'm like,
yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I feel so horrible because especially when they send you a note to part of your prompt or picture that actually is meaningful, and they respond with something with substance. Like, you know, I have, for instance, this thing about manifesting and about me loving goals, or like about the twerking being feminist. And, you know, some of them you can really see that they put some thought into answering rather than just like the photo.
Yeah.
And then I feel so horrible by saying no. I almost want to accept them, like them, and just answer to just be like, hi, I just wanted to acknowledge you. Because we live in a horrible world full of ghosting and rejecting people.
True.
And I really don't want to contribute to somebody's trauma.
Yeah, but I think you actually also told me, because I told you, right, that like recently, like a couple of days ago, this guy came up to me in person and said like, oh, that I look amazing. He wants to invite me for a romantic dinner and stuff. And before, I was always so uncomfortable when something like this happened to me, because I was just like, oh my god, no, like I would just want to like run away. And this time I was just like, I don't know. And also because what you told me, that I think you also complimented a guy or something like that who did something similar to you. And I also thought about it like, that it takes so much courage from them to actually do that. And I would never.
No.
I would be too afraid to do that. So I just told him like, hey, I think this is great. And thank you so much for the compliment. Don't give up. Keep on doing this in person. Like, this is lovely, but...
Yeah, but you know, I'm taken. Just make up some lie. For the record, in case you didn't get it, so Dajana was walking on the street being her gorgeous self with the jacket over her head because it was raining, and some guy just stopped her on the street and asked her out for a romantic date. That's what he said, right?
I was wondering, would he pay for it, or?
Yeah, we are in the Netherlands, so you shouldn't take it for granted. But yeah, big up to you guys. I mean, there's like 7% of men who listen to this podcast, so we love it. If you keep on approaching women in real life, keep on giving them compliments, be respectful, even if you're getting rejected, is really appreciated, because we at least us two want to acknowledge it, that it takes so much courage.
It really does.
You should approach
I would
yourself.
never do this myself.
Yeah, I mean, I happened to do it once and I failed enormously.
And then imagine these guys that probably like most of women say no to them, and then it must be so.
It must be tough. Yeah, I hope that testosterone in men's bodies has something to do with it, that they have more courage and thick skin for the rejection.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah. So that was my not even like update, but more like reflection of the week. I'm close to deleting Hinge because I can't cope with this.
Yeah, I mean, You've been there for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
I've been
that you
trying to
survived.
I was taking breaks. I would pause my profile once
Okay.
upon a time. But right now, I'm feeling really like a horrible person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is dating. I'm sorry. I want to move on, but I still
We
want
have
to
to switch
continue.
the topic of today.
Because like honestly, I feel like dating apps is a nice concept for introverts and it has its pros. But on the other hand, it's so horrible because it's like a catalog of people, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
no, too short. His sentence is not good, and it's just weird.
It is. And it can make you so insecure also when you talk to somebody and then all of a sudden they just disappear, or you don't know if they deleted the profile, if they found somebody else, if they are not interested in you anymore. And
Yeah. But I heard on another podcast about it, and it also is very logic that it's because people don't see you as a real person.
Yeah.
Because you're just one
bot.
out of 20. Yeah, bot, literally.
Yeah.
And there's so much other people to talk to. So I think that's like, I mean, it's not excusable, but I can understand how you can ghost someone you just chat to, although I still think it's not okay. But when you meet someone, that's horrible. Come on. Have
that's
at
next
least
level.
a little bit decency to be like, I know it's hard to reject people, but I don't know. I feel like
At least make up a lie.
exactly. If you can't say
In
the
the worst
truth,
case scenario.
yeah. But in case you're looking for some inspiration, I have learned to just write a short message. Listen, you're really, really nice, and I had a great time with you, but I just don't feel like we are a match on a romantic level.
I did it one time and I felt so bad.
Yeah, but I think it would be. Did he respond?
Yeah, but I don't remember anymore.
I think you did a good thing. Sometimes the best option is not the comfortable one, but I think it's a good one because it gives you really clarity and you know where to stand, and maybe it hurts, you get like a little jab, but then you can move on. Whereas if you make up a lie, which is comfortable for you, like, oh, I'm not in a good space right now, or whatever, it still leaves the person hanging on hope.
Yeah.
Like if they really like you, they're like, okay, I'm gonna try in a month.
Yeah, it is true, but it doesn't make it easier.
No, in general, breaking up. Good transition. Look what we're doing here. Breaking up with people and breaking people's hearts is not easy.
No.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. However, before we get to the breakup, we're going to go through in-between transition, which are the deal breakers. So a few days ago, I asked you guys on my stories to let me know what are your biggest deal breakers in a relationship. Obviously, there's definitely more than 3. But when somebody asked me what were mine top ones, I would definitely say lying. I hate lying. And I don't mean like lying as in I'm on my way where I'm actually not, but really lying as in you go out and you don't tell me about it. That's already a serious lie. As in you tell me you're home, but you went out. So that is a huge deal breaker for me. Then cursing, as in calling each other names and like yelling in arguments. I know some people don't mind that. Some people are a little bit more temperamental, but to me it's the ultimate disrespect, and I really feel like it might have something to do with traumas from the past or something.
Yeah.
But if you raise voice on me, romantically or in platonic relationship as well, it's probably over because I just can't accept it. Yeah. Yours? I'm sorry, I didn't prepare you for that, but
yeah, I think yelling too, definitely like past trauma response. And wait, what did you say?
Lying and insulting, like calling each other names.
Yeah, but it was lying definitely too, but also when somebody is just trying to be manipulating and all of these things.
Yeah.
That and I think like recently I realized that I really just cannot deal with people who cannot control their emotions. Like we are grown up, and if you cannot control your anger or something like that, like I think right now I'm on a different level, like as in in my personal growth, that I just cannot deal with it.
Yeah, I actually also noticed that with myself, that when you develop as a person and you grow as yourself, you start to see different deal breakers.
Exactly.
That also should be a part of self-growth. When you recognize your emotions and your patterns, and you at least learn to recognize them, be aware, and then next step would be like learning to control them or manage them.
Exactly, because throughout life you will go through so many difficult situations, and if you cannot deal with your emotions and you're always going to blame somebody else or the situation or whatever, like, come on.
Yeah. Period.
You need to grow up.
I agree.
So yeah.
Okay, let's see what other people said. I know already, because I scrolled, that lying was very, very common.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, right? Dishonesty and lying.
Yeah, let me see.
But there were a few more.
You remember them by heart?
No. I'm gonna look here.
Yeah, somebody said gaslighting, minimalizing my emotions, undermining my success.
Yeah, good one. There was also lack of communication. Yeah, I'm still talking out of memory. Keep on reading.
Then another person said lack of awareness and poor communication skills. And I guess that's also, especially the communication skills, it's like a common one, I guess. Then again, lying, cursing, no job. That's something for you.
That's something for me. Yeah.
No job should be your another deal breaker.
Yeah, actually, I had a convo yesterday with my friends about it. That's a new one for me, and I also understood why. I mean, we also had this conversation that before you really, really got to know me, you thought that I only like very wealthy guys who are very successful, but then you saw me dating somebody who's totally opposite, and then we had a talk about it. And to me, it's not really about how much money you have, but I just really value in people ambition and drive, and hence, because I'm 32 and I date a guy who's older than me, they usually are somewhere in their career already, which, by the way, learned with my previous relationship is not that great after all, because they live for their job if they're successful. But anyways, yesterday we spoke about it with my friends and other friends, and I know, scandalo. And somebody said that, and I also heard that women usually date up, because men, if you date somebody who's just less in life than you, they're gonna bring you down. And consequently, a lot of women date people who are either way on their level or up. So if you're somebody who already, has done things, finished school, has a job, has some passion, has some goals in the future, date somebody who has absolutely no plan for the future.
No, that I agree.
It's just not gonna work. But it doesn't have to mean that this person have to have high-end corporate job. You might as well work as a restaurant manager, but if you actually have some plan to maybe own restaurant, or I don't know, have a catering company in the future, that's great. But no job at this age, especially.
No, that's definitely true. How are you gonna pay for your bills and food and I don't know, maybe kids in the future?
Exactly.
Of course.
Yeah. So I agree with that.
Did you find the other ones?
Yeah, calling me out instead of communicating. I feel like it's like a defensive system.
And really like part of the manipulation and everything. Then again, lying.
Not being willing to love you in the ways you want, value, your love language. Yeah, it's a big one these days, right? Like knowing your love languages.
Yeah.
I almost feel like when a guy doesn't know it, I'm like, where have you been last 2 years? It's everywhere.
Or like last 4 years. Yeah, I wish I've known this before.
Yeah.
If somebody said, I wish I had deal breakers.
Oh yeah, it's my friend, and she's such a softie. And she's going through some things with her boyfriend, and yeah, she's just one of those person that puts up with way too much. But on the other hand, you guys, sometimes you have just circumstances where you have to compromise, for us, because we're single and, we are a little bit independent because we've been in this country for so long. We are a little bit more, and we are single and we don't have children. So we can sit here on this couch and be like, lying, yelling, hell no.
No, of course, but we all been there, and in like shitty situations.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like especially when there are children involved, sometimes your deal breakers go out of the window, because you're like in this desperate need of making it work, because you feel like your child has to have both parents.
But I feel like, especially at the beginning, if you already notice that somebody is really lying, or I don't know, cannot control their emotions or whatever, they don't have a job, then at the beginning it's easier, of course, to like
and you
not
shouldn't have
accept
children
those
with them in the
things.
first place, but we all know it doesn't go like that. Yeah. Okay, this one is in Dutch, and I don't know what it means.
Let's just skip. Then we have the dishonesty. Well, also again, kind of lying and stuff.
Oh, I think maybe like being too much together. She says like, let me also have my own thing.
Yeah.
Just do your own thing. Yeah, I can't understand this kind of couples that are like together all the time, glued together, like working together, living together, hanging out together, having friends together, going for dance class together. Just, bro, let me do something by myself so I can come back home and tell you about my day.
Yeah, kind of sounds a bit controlling though.
Yeah. Toxic.
Lack of empathy for animals.
Just for animals, not for people.
Yeah.
I would shorten it, lack of empathy. I mean, if you lack empathy, aren't
But
you like
somebody said only for animals.
Yeah, she said for animals. But overall, if you're lacking empathy, aren't you like a little bit of a psychopath? That's a prominent feature of psychopaths, right?
A narcissist, for sure.
Oh, yeah, narcissist. Yeah. We'll make an episode about that. Okay, next. She's a pro.
Then we have addictive behavior with drugs, alcohol, or work. Hey, work.
I'm the red flag. Oopsie.
But yeah, definitely no drugs or like abusing alcohol.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I'm hot from all of these.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. But you know what it is? Also feel like a lot of people who grow up with parents who drink or take drugs, they also develop this weird preference that they end up with the same type of people.
But I think it could go both ways.
Yeah.
Like either what you said, or on the other side, like you are just like, no, completely no alcohol or completely no drugs or whatever, because you are just so done with it and you don't want to have anything to do with it. So I guess it depends. It could go both ways.
Choose that path. Okay, let's do 2 more. You ready? Or is it my turn?
No, your turn.
Patronizing and disinterest. Yeah, not much to say about it.
Yeah.
Period.
Somebody said, I need advice with this one. Showing affection to friends, express it's platonic, but what? Express it's platonic, but it's really hard for me. Oh, that somebody said that it's platonic?
Yeah, I feel like what she's trying to say is that her partner is showing affection to friends and they say it's platonic, but it's really hard for her.
That's tricky.
Well, I want to, you know what? I want to say like, it's okay because I'm very cuddly with my friends too, but I'm cuddly with my female friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And also,
I wouldn't want my boyfriend to be like hugging other girls. Or like, as in like, okay, when you just say hi at the beginning or something, but not like throughout the conversation or something like that.
Yeah, like
that they sit like this.
Yeah, or like being super touchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, each to their own. That's just our personal opinion. And it's funny that we agree on that because a lot of times we're very different when it comes to dating and like, fundamentals are there because I feel like we have obvious principles, but yeah, no. So, girl, I would talk about it. I would address it and be like, why are you so touchy with those people? And if this person says, like, yeah, this is maybe part of my culture. Because, for instance, Latinos are, like, very touchy and stuff.
But I think it depends, like, okay, maybe you can, like, kind of just, like, touch somebody's shoulder when you say something to them. But not that you constantly, like, keep on, touching them or have legs on top of each other or something like that. Like, I think there are levels.
And you can feel it if it's platonic. That's the thing. Like, if you really strictly see, like, okay, this is the kind of person and it is really, really platonic, but if you have at least small, like, even smallest, like, pinch in your stomach, like a little gut feeling telling you that, it is kind of off, then I would be like, then I would address it, say that it makes me feel uncomfortable, and if it doesn't work, just move on.
And I'm also thinking, what if the friend might or thinks or perceives it in a different way, that it's not like platonic.
Yeah.
That it's like a little sign or something.
You know how you guys sometimes tell me, like you were also telling me a lot, that it looks like I'm flirting with people. And then at some point you were like, oh my God, you're like this to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really thought you were just flirting with every person.
See, it can be very much misinterpreted. Whereas to me, I'm just nice. But then I kind of realized that I, for instance, do this a lot when I talk to people. When I say something, and then I realize that actually some people can interpret it like, oh, she likes me and she's trying to get my attention. I'm like, no, I'm just talking. just want to touch you to know that you're listening. Okay, one last one, because I like this one actually. Okay. Not putting in an effort to get to know your friends and family. It's not a major deal breaker for me, but I do find it super important that my boyfriend really acknowledges my friends and also makes a meaningful conversation with them and shows true interest. So I don't want to date somebody who's just gonna be like, hi Dajana, oh yeah, I heard a lot about you. Okay, I ticked the box, I spoke to her friend. But I really loved it about my recent ex, that he was really interested by himself into getting to know who are my friends, and also remembering like, who are you, what you said before when he saw you. I really noticed that I liked it a lot, and now it became my quality that I'm seeking for.
I'm not sure if I would like that with my friends. Like, of course I would want my boyfriend to like know my friends and stuff, but you don't have to be like great friends or anything like that. But I would definitely like that with my family, that he's like interested in getting to know and having like a good bond with them.
Yeah, 100% for sure. Okay, cute. There were more, but we don't want you to sit here for like hours and hours. Oh, but this one's also a good one about the porn. Did you see that one?
No.
Watching unrealistic porn, constantly flirting with other women and not showing that you care of me.
Oh my God.
I mean, flirting straight up is a deal breaker. But the porn thing...
But unrealistic?
Yeah, I guess what would be unrealistic porn? Porn in general is unrealistic.
That's true.
There's levels to it.
I don't know, maybe some orgies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me, it's not that much of a deal breaker because it's like watching a movie.
But maybe if he's expecting the partner to do those things.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then I'd be like, okay, then you be Batman or Spider-Man. Because I also saw it on the TV.
Yeah, so maybe that's like from that point of view, it could be.
But you know that a lot of women don't like their boyfriends watching porn.
Yeah, I mean, I guess probably some like jealousy or something like that they feel, or insecurities maybe.
A lot of women don't like when their men following girls like me, which I also don't approve. Sometimes when I see some men that have girlfriends liking my stuff and like sliding in my DM, I'm like, what you doing here? That's disgusting.
Yeah, no,
I'd be a ghost follower. If you have to, be a ghost follower. But yeah, I hear a lot of times discussions about it on podcasts when girls say like, oh yeah, my boyfriend follows this. Okay, it's gonna sound weird that I'm putting myself in this category. This
Instagram model.
Yeah. Or like, you know, Instagram dancers or whatever, pretty girls of Instagram.
Yeah, but it would be weird if like, let's say your boyfriend has nothing to do with dancing and then he's just following a random girl that twerks, for example, or does heels or anything. And he doesn't know her.
It's just eye candy. Girl, you know what happened to me one time at the festival? It was so weird. So I was with Amber and we were just minding our business. And then this dude was sitting with a girl and he was like, oh my God, I follow you on Instagram. And then he was with a girl. So I was like, in general, I always don't know how to react when people approach me. I don't have enough experience with this.
Say thank you. Accept it.
Well, yeah, but then it's like, okay, you have to have like a small chit chat. But then he said like, yeah, I follow you on Instagram for years. And then he's like, this is my girlfriend. And she's like, oh yeah, I heard about you. He's a big fan. I was like, okay, cool. They have then good relationship. Like she's like, well, you're just an Instagram girl that he follows. All cool. But I was really feeling a little bit awkward, and then he asked me for a picture because I want to show you to my friends because I speak to you about you to my friends. Amber was with me, and she was like, "Oh, okay." She took the picture.
So the girlfriend took a picture of you?
No, Amber took the picture, but the girlfriend was totally supportive of like, "Oh yeah, he's your fan, and I heard about you before." And then he was like, "Can I take a picture so I can show my friends?" And I was just looking at the girlfriend like, "Damn, girl. Props to your relaxedness and chill," because most of you hear like the opposite when girls are like, "I hate that my boyfriend follows those beep."
But maybe it's like if my boyfriend followed Rihanna.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't mind.
She loves Rihanna, just so you know. Anyways, so yeah, speaking of porn. Oh my god, all of them are so good.
No, then continue.
Diminishing, mocking what I say.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me? Can you imagine your boyfriend mocking you?
Yeah, no.
Hell no. Okay, let's just read them. Whatever.
I have to find them now. Okay, continue.
Not being able to talk about feelings and emotions.
Yeah, like this being unavailable in emotionally.
Yeah, and it's time, you guys. I mean, I see a little bit of a progress, and men start to learn to talk about their emotions and acknowledge them. Real good job going for therapy. Yes, you go, guys. I'm really happy that it's that time.
Becoming a bit normal, finally,
when
yeah.
men are learning to do this.
Yeah, I sometimes try to like encourage my dad or like my brother to just I ask them like how you feel and stuff, and it's hard.
Is it? I mean, totally.
For them.
I totally understand why, because
they're like, just like, what do you mean? Like, I'm okay.
Yeah, I totally understand. Because
then I try to like dig deeper, and then finally they like start opening up a little bit. But
yeah, because it's been indoctrinated, embedded in their system forever. I even spoke about it with my cousin's husband. They have a baby boy, 3 years old, and we also spoke about it because I was curious what's their way of raising him, and we talked about that emotional factor where they also said that when he cries, they tell him that it's okay to let the emotions out, because before you would tell your kids, mainly boys, like, why are you crying? Stop crying, don't be a baby. And then that's the beginning of suppressing those emotions. So yeah, I empathize with men of our generation that it must be really hard because they have to break the patterns that they have enforced for 30 years. So that's why also that's another big, not deal breaker, but like a green flag. When I'm talking to someone and he says that he's been to therapy or that he is learning, that's a dream. Yeah, when he knows about love languages, when
going to therapy, and
that would be really beautiful.
Great. And not being able to be authentic self around somebody.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah,
just be yourself.
Yeah, like you kind of don't know yourself or something.
All right.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
So those were the deal breakers. I think it was really good ones. I think, what would be a nice episode about green flags.
Oh yeah, because everybody always talks about red flags.
Yeah. And what we just said, like, those are really good ones. Oh, we could have done an episode about red flags and green flags, but okay, well, anyways.
Next time.
We have deal breakers and heartbreaks. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah, for real, get ready for this.
Embrace yourself. And before you start, I just wanted to actually mention that the reason why I decided to do this episode is because, like I told you already before, I really like this podcast being about just being able to relate. Yeah, that's the keyword, relatability. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing this word right. I'll learn one day. But, I think it's very nice sometimes when you're struggling, especially when you're going through a heartbreak. That happened to me a few months ago and many times before as well. When I was really sad and I heard some crazy stories about people who have been through something similar but worse, it made me feel better to know that they've been through it and they made it to the other end and now they're fine, even though they've been through like a shitstorm. So that's why I was like, you know what, let's just see who wants to share their story, and I'm going to share it, of course, anonymously with you. And the good thing also is that a lot of times, I spoke about it yesterday with one of the girls who shared it, is that a lot of times when the story is crazy, when you're going through something insane, in a few years it becomes funny. In a few years you actually start laughing about it, because it's the crazy it is, the more you learn how to laugh about it. Not always, but a lot of times. So fortunately, a lot of those people already have moved on enough to just see it as some surreal experience that they happen to be through, and now they can laugh about it. You ready?
Should I start?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Girl.
All right. So the first story that we have, the girl said, we met in 2011. We've spent 8 years in total. Last relationship we had was 5 years. We lived together for the last 4 years and we were engaged 3 years. Oh my God, a lot of different time frames. Okay, so they were engaged for 3 years. We broke up in May this year. He was in love with another girl. He had an affair on and off with her for 8 months, and he chose her over me. I knew he was seeing her in those 8 months, but he chose for me 2 times, and I was desperately trying to save my relationship. I was so under stress that I lost myself completely. I couldn't eat, so I lost about 7-8 kilos. I lost my confidence. At the end of April, I told him to go to her for a couple of weeks. So after he could make his final decision. So she was still trying to give him the space.
Yeah, when you're in it, you really don't think rationally anymore.
But then she said that meanwhile, I was able to see everything clear again. So I made up for myself, or maybe stood up for herself. And she didn't want this relationship anymore. So we kind of broke up both ways. I dealt with it as mature, as big as a woman as I could. We arranged everything. We were polite to each other. We even realized we could still be friends, but his girl was had a problem with it. So last month, 10 days before my 30th birthday, he blocked me on everything. I felt a lot more free after we broke up because now I can find myself again. But some days it still hurts a bit. I lost my life, even though I hated some parts of... Wait, what? I hated some of the parts with him very much. I'm trying to get my body back. Still 4 kilos extra to achieve. I went out much more to get social contact, but that killed my sleep because I started work very early. And sometimes I stay in the house for weeks to give myself some rest. I started with healing sessions. I try to be happy. And the days that I'm not well, it's okay too. The fact that we can't be friends anymore and that he blocked me hurts. But the fact that it hurts more than the fact that they broke up. I'm still alive and I will get there.
Yeah, she got there because that was a while ago. She sent it to me and she's fine, you guys. So all good. But yeah, when I read it for the first time, I was like, whoa. First, like the fact that she had strength in her to be like, you know what, go and explore that relationship for a few days and see how it is and then make up your mind. I would not eat those 2 weeks.
Strength, or maybe just like she still hoped that maybe he will choose for her again. Maybe there was like some delusional hope. But I mean, better for her. Like, come on, if somebody's like, you know, acting like that, like, you don't need this person in your life. And it's good that he blocked you.
Yeah, and
at least we can move on.
Yeah, I even today also heard somewhere on a podcast, probably because I listen to podcasts non-stop, that when they block you and you don't have contact with them anymore, that's a really good push to move on, because staying in touch is just postponing the actual breakup, actually.
Exactly, and you may be like reliving the memories and the hurtful things, and I don't think it's good.
Yeah, and also when you stay friends, I feel like maybe it can also like blur the line a little bit, because then you see the good things and you have good conversations, and that can maybe make you miss this person again.
And I guess slow down the healing process. So good.
What do you think though about the fact that his new girlfriend, which initially he cheated with, was the one that said that she doesn't want them to be friends?
I mean, complicated, but I mean, I wouldn't want my boyfriend to like really keep in touch with his ex. But I mean, it's a crazy story that it started from like a cheating thing. So
you are the first. I feel like that's the reason she doesn't.
Who am I to judge?
Yeah, that's the reason she doesn't.
Who are we to judge?
Yeah, who are we?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
But that's the reason that she doesn't want you guys to be friends, because she knows how she rolled. So yeah, sad story. But I'm really happy to know that this girl is fine, and yeah, she dodged the bullet. And she dodged the bullet, but also she's been with this guy for 8 years. When it was good, it was good. She has probably learned something about herself, you know, because it's not always like, if you're with somebody for so long, and even I feel like even if it ends super, super bad, it wasn't always the bad time. So I really think it's nice to keep like a little bit of a balance, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that even if it's like a bad experience or something, like it teaches you something.
Exactly.
And I believe that, you know, everything happens for a reason, and you were supposed to go through this to like really teach you a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if, I think we learn more from the painful experiences.
Yeah, and it's important to not forget about that they hurt you and that it didn't work. But I feel like, to me, I don't like to let only those bad memories take over and totally, erase the good memories. Because if you were with somebody for 6 years or 7 or whatever,
of course there were like good times too.
Yeah.
Just like in always in life, you have better days and then worse days, and the same thing with relationships.
Exactly. Do you think you can be friends with your ex in general? Like, is there any scenario where you can actually be friends with your
really
ex?
friends and hanging out and stuff, or just be in touch once in a while?
No, being really friends, like hanging out, doing stuff together.
I don't think I could, personally.
Yeah. I don't know. Because now I'm thinking about, like, for instance, my ex and I, we started off as friends for years. And now I'm thinking about it, whether we ever will be able to get back to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably depends, like, on everybody's, you know, situation and stuff. And I think it's just very individual. Maybe it could work, I don't know, but I don't think it could work for me personally.
Do you think we could be friends? Like, because you know the situation? Like, do you think it could come back to what it was, that he just comes to visit once upon a time and we like hang out and do some fun stuff?
Maybe, if he doesn't cross the line.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned. We will find out. Okay, I'll read another one.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me this one. This lady was with a guy, engaged and about to get married. They also bought a house in the UK. They were from a different country though. Let's say Croatia. So they flew to Croatia for their wedding, and the day before the wedding, he told her, oh my God, he told her that he's actually in love with someone else. So they're in Croatia.
The day before the wedding.
They're about to get married. Their family is there. Everybody's there in a hotel. They're chilling in the room. He's like, you know what? I actually love someone else. She didn't know what to do because the family was there already and the wedding was about to happen the following day. So they decided to get married in front of their family. Then he went for a honeymoon and she came back to London. I'm
He?
sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. But it's not funny. I have this weird defensive mechanism. When I'm nervous, I laugh as well.
And then I laugh at you.
Yeah, but it's not funny. So he went for her honeymoon and she came back to London. She didn't know what to do, who she is, and how she's going to move on. The worst part was that when she came back to work, she came to teddy bears, flowers, and people congratulating her on getting married. And she had to break the news to every single person congratulating her that actually they separated. The end.
Oh. But they got married, but then they separated right after, or...
I guess they divorced afterwards. Yeah,
Oh my
man.
God.
It's insane, but I think I would do the same if we were in Poland about to get married. Oh, you know what? Maybe I would just, I don't know, like, listen, you guys, since you're all here, let's have a good time, but actually...
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going through all this paperwork. And even worse with with divorce to satisfy my family for 5 minutes, and then tell them afterwards that, like, you know, guys, it was all a lie. I knew actually that he's in love with somebody else, but we're gonna divorce now. Come to the divorce party. Like, no.
So would you just be like, okay, slight change of plans, we're just having a
Yeah.
family reunion?
I mean, I don't know if I would be probably too devastated to have the reunion, but at least let the family have the reunion or something.
Yeah, have something to eat. It's like a funeral, kind of. But it's sad, but we're all there, so...
Oh my God, yeah, but definitely not pretending that, like, oh, I'm in love and we're getting married, and then he goes on the honeymoon. Oh my God, no, man.
The acting skills, though, because I feel like even if I wanted to, I would just burst in tears, and people are like,
Yeah, like,
she's
imagine
so happy.
what are the vows, like, for better and worse and like whatever, poverty and sickness and whatever they say, and then, like, I do, but actually I don't.
Until the death, something.
Do us apart. We are great at the vows. No, no, we are laughing, but it's
horrible.
It's sad, man.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on, because the next one is not funny at all. Ooh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a crazy one about my ex. Not me, but the person that wrote this. I found out he cheated on me while we were at friend's place on an island. Side note, we came there together with his car, so I wasn't free to go whenever I wanted. I then found out about it while he was sleeping, and I was really upset, so I messaged my best friend. I had to wait until the next morning before I could confront him and leave. I think I wouldn't be able to sleep, though.
No, me neither. Hell no.
I wouldn't be. I would be so...
Yeah, same. Yeah.
No. But he was a very toxic a person, and he turned the story around and made me the bad guy. How, though? Like, that also makes me...
Some people are really master manipulators.
Yeah,
Even
that's
that,
true.
you know, guy that I dated that lied about the girlfriend. When I look back, sometimes I had facts right in front of me about him talking to my friend, and he still was able to turn it around.
I mean, I know. Okay, so he was pretty mad, but I actually convinced him to take me to the boat so my friend could pick me up. And when we were almost there, he took a left turn and drove all the way to the other side of the island and refused to let me out of the car. My friend was really worried, and her mom told her she had to call either his parents or the police, so she chose to call his parents. They then called my ex, and he turned the whole story around again, and they believed him, so they started ragging at me while I was in the car, super scared. He was driving like a maniac, and he told me he just wanted to talk it out. Let's just talk it out. But I just wanted to go home and leave him. He drove to the other side of the island, how many sides this island has, and told me if I wanted to leave, then I had to walk back, which would be like 3 hours.
I mean, not bad. I think I would opt for walking.
But what if it was like dark and in the middle of the night or something? Well, so she continues saying, I didn't know what to do and I was really scared because he was so upset and he acted really aggressively. Eventually, I could convince him to take me to the boat. The boat. Thank God. My friend was supposed to pick me up at 11 a.m. And when she finally picked me, it was 8 p.m.
That's exciting. 9 hours.
Very exciting. But this relationship was so bad and toxic, and he manipulated me way too many times. After I broke up with him, he stalked me for like 2 months. He drove by my house. He knew what my car looked like and where I went with my friends. He even chased me in a car once and almost caused an accident because he wanted to check if there was a boy next to me and he was jealous of that. Bro, this is just a very toxic person. Wait, I had to scroll to another page and now I lost it. So she continues saying, I'm so glad that he stopped with this after 2 months because it was hella scary and could have ended way worse. This is one of many stories, but I think this is the worst. That's the end. That's a heavy one.
It's a heavy one, and it also reminds me that there are psychopaths there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you meet someone, you're with someone for 5, 7, 10 years.
And you don't even really know them.
Yeah, and all of a sudden one day they just kill you, chop you in pieces and put you in a freezer. Yeah.
But I would be so scared too.
I would be as well. Yeah. I don't know what to say. It's freaking crazy. Insane.
Okay, next one.
This silence is heavy. Anywho, another one. Okay, that's a short one. I was with my boyfriend for 6 years. He insisted on getting married. I wasn't sure if I want to be with him, but he persuaded me into it. After a year of marriage, he came home one day and told me that his feelings are gone. He took his stuff and left. Next day, when I came back home from work, all his stuff was gone and I never heard from him again. Just a few months later, he sent me divorce papers, giving as a reason in the divorce papers that I'm mentally unstable.
Talking about ghosting.
That's the ultimate one.
Wow.
Yeah, I did hear a story like this before as well, that the guy just left. Like, he didn't even say anything. One day she just came back home and he wasn't there.
But saying that she was mentally unstable?
Yeah, that's the irony.
It sounds like he was.
Yeah.
From the story.
Bro, I would be so mad. I'd be like, it's like with my ex, actually. You convinced me to marry you.
Yeah.
And you are leaving me? Excuse me? I mean, he didn't leave me, but he convinced me to be with him. And then he didn't meet our agreements, expectations. But anyways, I mean, who knows? You never know. Like, I don't want to be like devil's advocate, but
the other side of the story.
Yeah, you don't know the other side of the story. But also, again, like, if he convinced you into getting married
and then just left one day.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have married him in the first place. Now you know it was your gut feeling telling you. Like,
I'm curious if people who like go through these situations, right? All of these things all of these stories, like, did they have some kind of feeling that something was off, but they just, were in this relationship anyway, or they just totally ignored it, or there was nothing that made them think like, oh, something was kind of off?
I would think, yes. I think the way it works normally is you probably know already within the first year. Like, when you meet somebody, you kind of know there's something off with this person, or maybe like after a year, after the honeymoon phase, but you just push through because you also have good times, and then from 1 year you are 3 years, and then you 3 years together and you're so used to this person, and then you 5 years together and you bought a house and you're like, no, I don't know when to leave. And then maybe at some point, like this gut feeling kind of becomes a little bit like suppressed, maybe.
Yeah.
But then in retrospect, when it ends, when you look back, you're like, I knew it. I saw it.
Yeah, like that's what I think that probably maybe should happen, or at least like at the beginning that you kind of know. But I'm also wondering, like, are there people who suppress that feeling from the beginning, or they don't even have it because they are like so disconnected or something? You know what I mean?
Maybe there are people like this, or maybe there are people who confuse being in love with being anxious. Like it's their body being just anxious and giving them signs that they're around somebody who's dangerous, but you're like,
or some kind of trauma bonding again.
He's giving me butterflies, but he's giving you anxiety, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
for real. Oh, was there another one?
Yeah.
The one that you sent, right?
The one about Corona.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was a crazy one. Okay. Whew. So, the next story. I broke up with my boyfriend end of February 2020. We all know what happened in March 2020. I was leaving on holidays to see my family and planning to come back 26th of March. But then, of course, foreseeing having found an apartment in the meantime to move in by 1st of April. 4 days for packing my stuff as we lived together. She had 4 days in between, right? But COVID happened. I almost got stuck abroad and had to ask him to visit my new apartment. I dumped him, she said in the brackets. In the end, had to rush back earlier because all the borders were closing and could not move because everything was forbidden to do. I had to live with him until mid-May, lol, sleeping in the same bed with the allowance of 10 minutes walks outside and 1 grocery shopping per week. Another page again and I lost it again. Oh yeah, not allowed to go out, never, and with curfew, as we all remember, was worst breakup ever. Luckily, we got along as friends, thank God, and managed it quite good, but we'll never forget.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, I feel like are you like intimate then? Because you're like, well, we stuck together and we have absolutely nothing to do. Like, you have even no distractions.
And you sleep in the same bed?
Yeah. And you stuck together at home 24/7.
Just very awkward.
It's like universe being like, are you sure you want to break up?
You can try one more time.
Yeah, because I mean, imagine even relationships, like people who are in happy relationships really struggled when there was lockdown because you're in each other's face non-stop.
Yeah.
Let alone when you just broke up with someone, you were ready to move on.
And then you still have to sleep with this person in the same bed.
But I wonder what country is it, because...
Yeah. But I mean, it sounds like in Spain, for example.
Yeah.
Well, no, we couldn't even go for walks. 10 minutes, so I don't know.
Because in the Netherlands, it was fine. You could go to the supermarket 5 times a day, and I feel like, I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I was chilling with my friends.
Yeah, I was at the beginning in Spain of all these lockdowns, and all I could do is go to a grocery store. I couldn't go for a walk. Like, you could go for a walk, I think, later on, somewhere in, like, end of May or something like that. But not at the beginning.
When did mental health thing become such a trend? Wasn't it right after Corona?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because then everybody
went mental.
Yeah.
After being locked
and had so much space to think about their life. And
yeah. Because I'm just thinking, like, that lockdown thing was so bad for mental health.
Yeah, it really was.
Of people. Well, okay, there's the last one that I have. There are like few short ones. Where are they? Do you like my song?
I always like your singing. Yes.
Oh yeah, we have this game. Okay, break time. Yeah, we have this game that
one of us sucks at. I don't know if it's me or you.
It's the game when I'm trying to sing songs for you and you never know what.
So guys, you are the judges. Like, am I the bad one at this game because I can never guess any song that Nicole sings, or is she the bad singer?
Let's try out. But I can't sing the lyrics, right? It's just melody.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Is it a song?
Yeah.
It just reminds me of some melody from like one of like a game or something like that, but not a song.
Okay, I try serious.
That wasn't serious?
I tried to be serious, but I tried to be serious here.
I think this became worse.
So
It sounds like a different song. Like, I don't get it.
okay, well, let's try.
Still the same song?
Yeah.
Same part of the song.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is it Toxic from Oh wow, it's just the last piece that I was like, oh, but the beginning? Oh, okay, but I know what you're oh my god, wow. Whew. I think this is the first time or maybe like second time that I guess.
But the problem is that sometimes I don't remember the song very well myself. So I'm like, you know, I go like off the side. You know, there's this song when it goes like, and in my head it's so clear, but she's like, what?
I'm curious if anybody else guessed
My
the
melody?
song, yeah, or before me at least.
I'm gonna try. I'll make it a short. You're welcome.
Oh wow!
So that's the game that I love playing with Dajana, but clearly we're not really good at this one. You know which one's my other favorite? My ultimate favorite game is the one. If we are in with four of us, if we're having a dinner and there's four people, you have no choice. We are playing flam in the pan. We call it in Dutch. In English, I don't know. It has a name in English, but I don't know. It's like you have 30 seconds. You put words in a bowl, and then there are two teams or more, and you have to show each other the words, and your team has to guess as many as possible in 30 seconds. I'm a huge fan of this game, and every time we are with our friends, I force everybody to play with it.
Yeah, it's funny.
Right? But with this one, we are good. I feel like
when we are really motivated always.
Yeah.
You are good at showing, but not at singing.
Oh no, yeah, but there's no singing around.
Yeah.
But I really
like the last round is like with sounds.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy
weird.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have, in case you're not familiar, you have like all these words, and then you
have 3 rounds, right?
Yeah.
The first one you show.
Yeah. Or describe.
No, I think the first one you have to.
No, you describe it. I mean, I guess you can describe it. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but one is describing, one is showing, and one is like making a sound, and everybody's just like doing like
And then you have to guess.
But
the thing is that because it's a third round, most people already remember the words. So you just have to throw all the words. But it's so funny how some people are such a maniacs and they get so angry when they're losing.
True. You can also see people's personality.
Yeah, it's really funny. You must, if you like games, try this one out.
You have to do like a double date and just do it with your...
Okay. On that note, let's move on. We have 3 more, you guys. Those ones are very, 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 very short ones. So, here I go. I grabbed the dude by the jaw so he'd listen and look at me while I yelled at him that we are done. To make it clear, he was abusive, and this was me finally standing up for myself. Other time, I found out on his birthday that he already had a girlfriend by following a gut feeling. Yes, girl. Checked her page where she posted a whole post dedicated to her and my boyfriend. So I screenshotted it to him and sent it saying, "Happy birthday." As you should.
Oh, wow.
Straight to the point.
Okay.
It's just so sad, man. Like all these men that like have second girlfriends. Yeah. And then I find it so sad when like then the girls turn against each other. Like you don't know, I didn't know. Like why are we getting angry with each other?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, okay, another one, very short one. Somebody said, well, I have one. After a 5-year relationship, he put me and my son out of his house. Short version.
Yeah, that's crazy. Period.
Yeah.
He got a psychosis and got... What is gedwongen?
Don't ask me.
Is it like he got forced into the hospital? Can you look it up in Google? What does gedwongen means? Damn, you guys, I thought my Dutch is fluent. Turns out you're throwing some words that I just am not familiar with.
No, I cannot open. Oh, wow.
The suspense.
Yeah. Wait.
Dun, dun, dun. Should I sing a song?
Yes. Is it forced?
Oh wow, I had it right. Yeah, so he got forced into the hospital after getting psychosis. That went well. Not. But
Was it a real song
yes.
that you were singing?
Mm-hmm. Ta 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 ta.
Is it from Vibes Cartel?
Yeah.
Fever.
Yeah. Oh wow, it feels like taking a break from the game.
Oh,
Wait.
wow.
Yeah.
Now I'm pro.
Finally.
Oh, but it was just because you were talking about Vibes Cartel, and I was like, maybe.
That's why the first one I didn't choose from Vibes, because I was like, I felt like it was too obvious.
Yeah, Britney was just very
Random.
random. But I mean, about all this toxic stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I had the song in my head. Anyways, those were the stories. Which one was the most insane for you?
The wedding.
The wedding one. Insane.
The Croatia wedding one. Yeah, oh god. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was nuts. So yeah, I mean, I want to say I hope that you liked it, but it's not something to like.
No.
But I hope that, again, all those people hopefully made it already through the heartbreak phase and the all good, probably in better new relationships. So
And they can laugh at it with us.
They can laugh at it with us. And if you're going through heartbreak right now, I hope, because this it would do to me, it would really make me feel better about my situation, because I had never been through something like this. I have been through like he had another girlfriend situation, but imagine the wedding part, or the guy like leaving you after being married, just taking his stuff, be like.
But sometimes I have a feeling that if you write things down or actually tell it to somebody else, then it really becomes crazy. Like you went through something and you don't even realize how crazy it was until you tell somebody or maybe write it down like this.
Yeah,
I think you also had crazy ones.
But that level of crazy?
Kinda.
Oh, apparently my tolerance just went so
Yeah,
high.
I mean, definitely it would be top crazy and.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the side chick one, but we already devoted a whole episode to it. But yeah, you guys, if you enjoyed this episode, or if you enjoyed any of those episodes, please give me 5 stars.
Especially if you enjoyed Nicole's singing.
Yeah, exactly.
Attempt.
Let us know if you guessed the song. And yeah, I mean, besides giving the 5 stars and subscribing, I think there's nothing more that I should request, right? Like and subscribe, you guys. T. Thank you, Dajana.
Follow Nico everywhere.
Yeah, follow me, but not physically.
Yeah, but online,
Just online.
Get your tutorials and stuff like that.
Yes, that. And follow Dajana's class. We're gonna tag our handles in the description. And thank you so much, baby girl, for participating.
Thank you for inviting me.
Was
all the
gezellig.
compliments.
Yeah, don't forget to do this exercise. Fun fact, I wanted this episode to be like 45 minutes. We are here an hour and a half. It's okay.
And we're gonna spend another 24 hours together.
Yeah, she's going on a date with me tomorrow, you guys. And it's not the first time. Should we say the story?
Next episode is gonna be about all the dangerous situations Nicole put me in. If you want an episode like this, write it in the comments or whatever word they can send the messages.
Yeah, a little preview. I made Dajana go with me on a date in Jamaica with a complete stranger, and we got in a car with him after knowing him like 2 minutes.
And she said that it's better if we die together.
Yeah, when I asked her to go with me, I was like, well, if we get kidnapped, at least we together. That was my reasoning. It was fun though. He took us to a nice place and we are alive. And he helped us to move from a dangerous place. So this time it turned out good. But don't do this, you guys.
Don't try it at home. No.
Don't try it at home. Anyways, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day or evening or whatever the part of the day is there. And we speak to you next time.